I normally just enter a room sort of like, hello, I'm entering a room. Okay, you want to say hi?
Okay. Hi, my name's Vivian. Welcome to my room.
I guess the first thing that really stands out in your room is your IKEA shelf. And you said that this is sort of like a DIY project for you. So sort of tell us about this basic setup.
Yeah, for sure. So I set this cabinet up sometime fall of last year, and this was when the greenhouse cabinet was starting to become a trend. And so because of that, there wasn't very much instructions on how to build it, but there are some plant communities on Facebook that I was a part of that, you know, really helped me kind of put this together. And so this was just one of the projects that I've been most proud of, especially, you know, the automation. This thing is fully automated, you know, the humidifier, the lights, the fan, everything is on the timer, so I don't have to really do anything except water them like once a week. There are definitely downsides about the cabinet, and it doesn't really replace an actual greenhouse.
Right.
But overall, since when I started building maybe 6 months ago, so I've had it for maybe 6-ish months, it's been pretty good, I would say, and I've just been happy with it. Yeah.
So what's the basic cabinet? It's just like the cabinet, the glass shelves they come with the cabinet?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just, you know, the lock, the doors, it was all unassembled because it's from IKEA, but it came with these. There's one more glass shelf as well, but because I wanted the taller plants at the bottom, I decided to leave it off. So that was all that it came with, and the part that I set up was, you know, these RGB fans right here, the cable management right here. I also had to buy and set them up. The humidifier, and then the thermometer, and the lights.
Okay, so can I open it up? All right, so
no worries, go for it. So this one sounds lovely.
Okay, so so this is something that you've added.
Yeah.
So what exactly is this?
Oh, it's just cable management. It's for you to kind of keep your wires, you know, in check and just keep things more organized. Like, I'm a huge, you know, organized person. If you look around the room, everything's kind of like just kind of put together. Yeah, that's just really for the wires, honestly.
It probably keeps it less tangled. It's probably maybe a little safer. The drilling, this is something that you drilled down here.
Yeah, so my dumbass drilled the hole backwards on the other side. You can see it's been kind of indented, and it took me over an hour to do it, but then I was like, oh shit. So you learned, this is the this is the one that works fine, and it only took me like 10 minutes. It's like, I've just been drilling it wrong this whole time. So there were a lot of things that I did that I, you know, would do differently, but it kind of works out.
So the wires that come out of the hole down there are for your fan.
Yes.
And I assume for your lights.
So and I had the other, I had a brighter grow light, but it turned out to be too bright. That one did go through here, but now that I've switched the lights, you can see it's a lot shorter now, so they don't go through the side. Yeah. So it's really just the fans right now.
Okay. So mostly the fans, and then also your humidifier down here.
Yeah, the humidifier just goes straight down.
So what's the general humidity inside here when we close the...
Yeah, so I can actually show you, because this is a Bluetooth humidifier, and I don't think my humidity is very high in general. Let me see if I can find the app.
So this thing is smart?
Well, you can set it up to give you notification if, you know, the humidity is above or below a certain amount, or the temperature is. And that really helps for my situation if I'm like away from home, and then, you know, I see that, oh, it's at 90% humidity, and then I can turn off the humidifier remotely.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, exactly.
You're saying that your humidifier is Bluetooth.
So the humidifier is manual, but the switch itself, I have a smart...
smart switch.
Smart switch, yeah. So that's what control everything.
So you have a temperature and humidity monitor that is Bluetooth, will tell you on your phone.
Like, yeah, what the temperature and humidity is.
Yeah, and then from that you can
I can turn that on and off. Yeah, so you can take a look right here. So my greenhouse right now is off. RGB lights, that's the lights on the side, and then the top lights, and then the fan. So like if I were to, you know, click this, you can see that starts on. So if I am, you know, again, if I'm not here, and then my plants are, you know, it's like 10%
very
humidity,
nice.
then I can just turn it on and off really
very,
easily.
Very nice.
Exactly.
And then the lights are automated
The
as
lights
well.
are automated as well. So you can turn on and off, and I also have these. This is just me being super extra. I just, you know, I'm kind of a tech person, so I love RGB lights. So
oh, the colored lights.
Yeah, you can see it better on this side.
Oh, okay. And these are, they're lights and fans.
Yeah, so this is really, I just use a PC fan for my, this is a giant PC, honestly, if you kind of like think about it without the motherboard. But yeah, so I have my lights here, which is just a static. This one doesn't do anything, but then there's those lights as well.
You're right. These are like PC lights.
Yeah.
Okay, and each shelf has its own fan. So
yes.
So obviously air circulation means a lot to you.
Yeah, definitely, because the problem I find with this, and that's why a lot of people change the glass shelf out to wire mesh, is because the humidity at the bottom, these holes right here are too small for it to really propagate up well. So I find that the bottom tends to be, you know, when I turn it on, it's like 80% humidity, then this is like maybe 50%, and then this is like 30%. So that means this area doesn't get very much, and that's just something I just kind of have to live with. But then regarding that too, you know, with fan circulation, that also means this part is very isolated from each of them.
Right. Yeah, so basically you compensated for the glass and
and I think some people, the way they set up is they have wire shelves so that there's more airflow up and down, and then they just have like a single fan pointing downwards, so it can just circulate the whole thing.
Yeah, people just replaced out the glass shelving.
Exactly.
What do you do for heating? Is that like a thing you need to do?
I find that the lights are warm enough that I do not need to add additional heating. I do have a heating pad, but that is something I only use for these plants that have acclimated to my room environment. But in there, honestly, it stays pretty warm. You can see 75 degrees right now, and even in the summer, even in the winter, it still stays pretty warm.
All right. How do you decide which plants go in there?
Yeah, so I keep these plants in here until they grow too big, generally.
I see.
Yeah, and so right now I've kind of decided that, you know, this is gonna be my philodendron shelf, this is my allocation shelf, and then this is my anthurium shelf. But it's really, you know, based on like, if I can fit them in, I would put them in here because this is for display, but also if I am propagating any plants or if they're, you know, a little bit more sensitive, I do put them in there.
Right.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do a lot of propagation with these cabinets and enclosures.
Exactly, yeah, so you can see at the top here, I think all of these are props. And then these two are not. But it's
I assume when people are importing and rehabs and everything, these enclosures are really good.
Yeah, they're really great for, you know, just like trying to keep that similar environment that the plants have came from. And then over time, like I mentioned, my humidity in here isn't actually super high. So I like to use it as a way to actually get them used to this environment before taking them out.
Yeah. Is there a big difference between this enclosure environment and your room?
I would say humidity, yes, my room is around 35 to 40%. And then it does get warmer in here than out here sometimes as well. And if it's hot here, it's probably 5 to 10 degrees hotter in there. So in the summer when it gets 80 or 90 degrees, I actually really do have to leave it open because it can go up to 100 right in there.
I think this is the perfect amount of air circulation when your leaves are a little jiggly, but obviously not injured, right?
Right, exactly.
Okay. And then your anthuriums are down here. I assume they're down here just because they're bigger.
They're a little bit bigger, exactly. Yeah, if I had, you know, bigger other plants, they either will go out or stay in. But I just like the way they hang. I think with philodendrons, they kind of face upwards, but anthuriums, they kind of face towards, you know. Yeah.
Right. So